It's Transformers 96 here with another review, this time of the Transformers Generations Autobot Blaster from the fall of Cybertron Voyager toy line. So there you go. So this is essentially a repaint, remold of the Soundwave figure, which I do have and have done a review. As you can see, Autobot Blaster, Steeljaw included. And on the side here you get a picture of Steeljaw as well as Blaster. And on this side you get a picture of the other sets that you can buy, which is a pack with this guy. I think like Eject and Ramhorn, and then this one is like Salter or something. I don't remember these two names, but you can buy those in separate packs. I did pick up this pack, and we'll be doing a review if it's already not posted. So yeah. So here's a picture of the figure and the car mode and the robot mode, as well as the Steeljaw that's included and how you work the gimmick. A little bio and some stats. As you can see, very nice. Do really like that artwork up here. So yeah. So now on to the vehicle itself. As you can see, he does come with a Steeljaw, which I'll go over. Actually, I'm going to go over him after I transform him. And of course, so you do get Steeljaw, which is a repaint, remold of Ravage, and Soundwave came with Laserbeak, so you do get a whole new pet, which is pretty cool. So yeah, so as far as this communication truck, which is what the last one was, I'm not sure. Communications truck, they still call it that. So yeah, overall it's pretty cool. It compacts nice. It's got a nice kind of like bulky look, but it's quite compact, which is nice. It feels very solid and not hollow. It rolls okay. There is a little bit of clearance issues at the bottom here. I feel like this just doesn't straighten out as much as it should, unfortunately. And there's just a lot of pieces that don't connect properly. As of like this thing right here that slides. There's nothing to hold that in place. It just goes. It stays fairly well, but not perfect. This right here, this has got a couple notches, but it doesn't go into anything, so it just kind of slides around. And yeah, overall, it does look pretty cool. I'm a big fan of these wheels. Really awesome. Love the design. You got a little Autobot looking design in there. I don't know why it's not focusing. There we go. As you can see, love the wheels. Looks extremely cool. Really nice design. And these are new from Soundwave. This is a new thing. The tires are completely new, which was an unnecessary thing to do, but they did it, and I'm pretty impressed and happy that they did. Completely new tires, which is really nice. I wasn't expecting that. I knew that the head sculpt and this front part was new, but I didn't expect the tires to be new, so that was nice. A little bonus. This front piece, like I've said, is new, and I'll go over that a little bit more when I go over him in robot mode. The only thing is Soundwave had like a couple teeth that kind of hang down. It looked a lot better in robot mode than this. This just kind of cuts off, but overall still looks pretty cool. Nice compact, colors are interesting, very sun-like, and I don't know, I guess this is supposed to be his like G1 colors. I'm not a big fan of G1, but I do like how he is very G1 looking, which is cool. And of course he does come with this blaster, which I'll go over a little bit more once he's transformed. So to transform him, let's get it started. You want to just push this forward, move the feet up, and then you can detach the legs, ratcheting knees. There we go, and then, like I said, this just does not connect for me for some reason. You push it in, and then it doesn't go in properly. I don't know why. But then you do have this bottom part that's supposed to be attached right here. Just unattach it, and then move it up. So it was here. Unattach it and plug it in right there. Then you can rotate the legs down and move the feet up, and then rotate this assembly back. Rotate it back just like that. If you want a walking car, you can do that. So very cool. So now with the arms, they extend right there, and then this piece that's just up a little bit, just bring that down. Then move the wheels back, and move this up. Move the camera up a little bit. Hold on a second. Just gotta get it standing. There you go. And then what you're going to want to do is split this, which does reveal its head, and then unplug it, unplug the shoulders from the body, move this up just like this, and then rotate it down. So move it up and rotate this down. There's fists that are in here, which are quite actually hard to get to. It's just not a good place to grab them. And here you go. Get him by his thumb. There you go. So then these rotate down. These just rotate back, just like that. Now the really tricky thing is, overall transformation is pretty simple, but what's kind of tricky is doing this. So let me just take a moment to raise the camera. Alright, so to fix this back piece, what you're going to want to do is extend it out, just like this, and then rotate this, rotate it just like this, rotate this down, rotate it like this, move this down, move this like this, then get the wheels out of the way, plug it in, and then there you are. So there is Blaster in his robot mode. Very nice. So I will be doing a lot of comparisons with him and Soundwave, of course, because they are essentially the same mold. But as you can see, just to go over the gun that he has, it's a very G1 looking gun. Really love it, really like the back stock of it. Looks awesome. There are ports on either side, so if you do have more guns, you can like plug it in and give him an even like bigger gun. He does have one peg on the shoulder right here where he can peg it in. I don't think that looks good. That's more for Soundwave, I think, than Blaster. It just doesn't look good there. He can hold it in either one of his hands, just the left hand has a trigger finger like kind of out, so I definitely think that it looks better in the left hand, but if you so desire, it will go into the right hand very easily. And sorry, there we go. So as you can see, he holds it pretty well. I do like the ratcheting joints too on the elbows and knees. They work pretty well together. There you go. I like this. The one hand on the hip and then the gun up there, looking extremely cool. Really do love it. And now just for a couple comparisons with Soundwave, let me just get them out here for a second. There we are. So Soundwave and Blaster, like I said, the wheels are different sculpts, and the paint is obviously very different. You got a very darker paint scheme with blues and purples and grays, and then you have over here reds, yellows, and grays, and the gray on Soundwave is much darker as well. And the other difference is on the front chest plates. So as you can see, they do both have the translucent pieces. This looks more like a cassette tape player, while this one really doesn't. So I do really like this front piece a lot. I do like the big Autobot symbol. This does have the Decepticon symbol right there. And of course they both have the same gimmick where you push this button, and you push this button. Same thing, as you can see, they work the same way. On this you do have some paint bleeding onto this gray, so if it's open, I really don't like the way that looks. There's a slight paint bleeding of the blue right there, but on this is very tinted. This is a tinted gray, while this one's more of a standard regular gray. And of course they are on springs so that they spring out easier. And then of course the face, completely different. Of course this is Soundwave and it's Soundwave face. And here we have Blaster, and I do really like Blaster. I like his facial expression. He does have some nice light piping as well. And overall he looks very cool. The only paint issues on this guy are the visor up top. There are some with bad paint, but this seems to be pretty perfectly painted. I mean, I really just, there's no complaints really. So overall, paint's really nothing to be worried about. But if there's going to be paint problems, they'll probably be up there. So now, let's just go over Steeljaw before I show you the gimmick. So here's Steeljaw, and as you can see, he's essentially just a repaint of this old good guy, Ravage. The only difference is Ravage came in a 2-pack with like Frenzy or somebody else, Rumble I think, and then this guy comes actually with Blaster, and the face sculpts are different, of course. The entire head sculpt, this one is obviously Ravage, this is more of a lion looking one. Pretty cool. I do really like that they changed the face sculpts. And actually, I totally forgot about that. I had heard that the face sculpt was changed for this guy, but when I bought Blaster, I wasn't expecting it. So when I got it home and opened it, I was really happy to see a new face sculpt. As you can see, paint is totally different. Like the trend of the actual figures are, the Soundwave's pet is much darker, black with some silver highlights, while Blaster's pet's more colorful. You got a bright yellow with some white, and that that seems to just be the style of the characters as well as all the pets. So that's pretty interesting and cool. And of course he does, well, first before we transform him, here he is with the Steeljaw from the Human Alliance 2-pack. Or sorry, the Human Alliance pack with Leadfoot. He came with this guy, and a lot of people thought that he was going to be in the movie, and I think that he was going to be in the movie, but then they decided not to. I'm not quite sure, but these are supposed to be the same characters. This is how he'd look if he was in the movie, and then this is his more comic looking. As you can see, they look pretty cool together, but totally different looks. So yeah. So of course, let's just transform him. You want to put his tail back, then rotate his head inside his body, but it is on a spring, so if you let go, it'll just spring out. So then close this. You want to collapse these and then rotate this, because if you do it out here and you have this rotated, it does hinder it a little bit from coming back, but not that big of an issue. So then you have all that. And then it's just about getting everything collapsed together, and there you have the little data disk. As you can see, you got some nice detail, a nice little Autobot symbol. It looks pretty cool, and transformation is pretty easy. All you do is drop it, and then it transforms back to Steeljaw. Of course, this is one of the few pets that doesn't transform all the way. You have to pull out his tail, rotate the legs down, and then you have to rotate the front paws down a little bit. And then there you go. Then you have him all back into his original look. So now let's test him out in the Gimmick. So now what's so special about Soundwave and Blaster are their gimmicks. They have a very cool, unique gimmick that you don't see a lot, and that is, of course, when you press this button, this rotates down. You can put a pet in there, which I have Steeljaw in there right now, and then what you're supposed to do is be able to bring this back piece out, push it forward, this should pop out, transform, and land on the ground in the robot mode. As for Soundwave, it didn't work too well. There were a couple pets that just didn't fit in him very well, and that might just be mine though. This, I've done it with Steeljaw, and I did get the other 2-pack, and I tried it with both of them. It worked great the first time on each and every one. So let's see if it'll still work, or because I'm on camera, it'll fail horribly. So let's try it. So as you can see, it works. It works really well with Blaster, much better than Soundwave. Of course, he is half transformed, like I've said. You do have to transform him a little bit more to get him looking right. But overall, I really do love this gimmick. It's awesome. The concept of the gimmick is incredible, and what really makes it special with this guy is it really works. It could just be mine. I could have just got a Soundwave that didn't work so well, and a Blaster that did work really well, and it could be vice versa for you. I have no idea. Maybe it's the pets, the size of the pets, or something. I'm not quite sure what makes it work better for Blaster for me, but overall it works really well. It's very fun. I think kids will have fun with it, and it's a lot of fun for just collectors, because it's a really cool, unique gimmick that we don't see a lot. That's a wonderful concept, and that it actually works is really impressive. So overall, very cool with the gimmick. So overall, I think the big question is, if I have Soundwave, is it worth getting Blaster? And I have to say, I think that if you have Soundwave, you should be good. I mean, you don't need to spend an extra $20 just to get a repaint with a few new pieces of plastic. There's just not that much different. But what's nice is, if you are a person that really likes this gimmick, which is totally me, and you would like to have a Decepticon and an Autobot that have the same gimmick and can have their own minions or pets, then this is absolutely awesome. I really love this. I think that the gimmick is a fantastic concept, and I think that it works great. It looks so cool. I love all the little pets, and it's a really nicely engineered figure, I have to say. If you don't have Soundwave, or you don't have any of these guys, who should you get, this guy or Soundwave? I think that it's mostly just up to if you like Decepticons or Autobots, because the Decepticon one, I mean, both the figures are pretty much great. The only difference that I will say that's better is that the head on Soundwave, it doesn't swivel very much, it's kind of hindered. His Blasters, it moves fine, which is great. And then the gun, I think Blaster's gun is so cool, and Soundwave's gun is okay, it's pretty nice. So overall, I do think that they're both great. If you like Decepticons, get Soundwave. If you like Autobots, get Blaster. If you like the idea of the concept and you like them just both the way they look, definitely recommend getting both. You won't regret it. And they package this guy smart, because there's out of every case of 4 of this new Voyager class figures, there are 3 Grimlocks and 1 Blaster, which is nice because I think that a lot more people would probably go towards Grimlock because this guy's mainly just a repaint. So it might be slightly hard to find. I had some trouble finding him when I found Grimlocks, but once I found him one time, I found him again like the next day. So I think that once he starts to hit a lot of stores, you won't have a problem. I picked this guy up at Walmart for $22, I think, and overall I think it's a great deal because you do get a nice pet with him, and overall a very cool figure. Thanks for watching my review, and check out some of my others. Thanks for watching.